Did anyone receive a invitation for today, 2026?
No, but there's also no cancellation notice. I just checked online. The calendar event is still on the OCP website.
I don't have an invitation in my Outlook.
Ah, I see.
Thanks. Hey, Peter, I sent a email to Terry and Kai to see if there was a problem and they're going to meet or not. So that was about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I was wondering. I was
Yeah,
about to
no,
text
no,
you in
I
chat,
actually
like,
didn't.
or is the meeting canceled or what?
Yeah, I didn't actually get a invitation series starting in 2026. So I don't know if they actually launched it. I just jumped into the previous 2025 link and it worked. But
Right.
I
Me
did.
too. Me too.
Yeah. So and by the way, I really liked your stuff. It's very cool. I'm still reading into it a little bit because the final draft, I want to make sure everything's cool. You know, I assume it's the same link they sent you. Um,
Thank you. Uh-huh.
yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, it's good stuff. I can't wait till the lawyers let it go, you know. I think it does go to legal review, right?
Does it go to legal to review?
There's a there's a There's at least an executive level review before releasing a document like that. Yeah, there is. And there's
Okay.
also, and I don't know if you, as an author, I heard inklings of us having a sign off sheet, you know, almost like if you had content in it, you're one of the listed authors. You know,
Right.
they can't just use your name because I know Peter Liu. And
Uh-huh.
and so I have a feeling that somebody at the executive level will force us into a signature page of some sort where you're signing away your life and permitting this information to be
Right.
released as a
Right.
representative author. Yeah, there's got to be some
Right.
protect. It's probably some sort of protection that they have built in. Not that AMD doesn't need it. Once it's a once AMD's decides that it's not proprietary or it's not giving away trade secrets, certain levels of security. Um,
Mm,
and we're participating in an open collaboration project, which is supported by AMD. So
okay.
I'm all clean authoring. It's about them wanting to release something to the OCP public. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Same way. And we've shared similar results in other venues, other
Yeah.
conferences. So it's not
Yeah.
proprietary secret
Well,
or
I don't think we're going to run into a snag. We have voluntary input. We have companies who have good engineering work in there, and I think they probably just have a normal legal set
yeah.
point just to make sure everything's clean
Right.
to release so that no one comes back and gets them for something. But no,
That's
I don't
true.
think in the process we'll actually have a problem. It looked like a really clean document and of the kind of scientific level that can be released. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Well, it looks like we're not going to have any party. Hold on, let me check my email again, see if they let me see.
Okay.
No January party. No, I'm not even getting emails back from them. They could still be on their cruise ships. I don't know. I'm back at all I know is I'm back at work and with a cup of coffee and crying. Okay, so it's all
Yes.
normal
Are
for
you?
me.
Where are you? Where
So
are you
I'm
based?
in the AMD Austin location. We have an
Oh.
electromagnetics facility that's a little bit off the main campus. Oh, Terry
Okay.
just wrote back. Oh, hold on. Terry just wrote back. Terry writes, there was no meeting scheduled today.
Okay. That's good.
Well,
That's a
well,
relief.
at least we're loyal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where
Same
are you
thing
where
for
are
me.
you where are you working? So I'm working
I'm
in
based in Brooklyn. Yeah.
and where?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn. That's interesting. For a technology
Yes.
location, are you just there because that's where you are, or is your work there?
Where I live. No, actually, this is where I live, and if I'm not on the road, it's home office, and then but I'm yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've been in Austin forever. I helped build Dell Computer Corporation when I was a kid, and I've been in technology for 35 or something years here, and I'm having a blast at AMD because they're kicking ass. So
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it's almost, dude, the BUs are so hot in this team. I don't even know what to do. I can't, and if you're in a horizontal position, like, we are sometimes supporting scientifically multiple business units, It's getting crazy here. It's like there's so much shit going on, and we're buying companies, and we got Xilinx, and we got this, and I'm like, holy crap, I got to get over here to these subs. Holy my god, I got to get over here. I got to. It's like there's so much to do. We're literally exploding, and I'm glad
Yeah.
that each of the cultural pieces that we purchased, right, are
Right.
functioning independently. It's the
Yeah.
merger and synthesis, right, and symbiosis that we're
Mhm.
seeking. But holy moly, man. Yeah, this company's crazy.
Yeah.
I will probably retire just with my hair on fire here, and they'll probably get mad at me, like don't
No, you're
go.
having too much fun. Yeah, you're having too much fun to retire.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, this stuff is kind of cool, and everybody's kind of jealous of me because I get to go sit in the meetings and talk up the fluids and stuff. And they're like, "Oh, lucky Todd. He's a snooty
Yeah.
engineer that hangs out with other engineers, not us low life AMDers."
I
But
actually
no,
have a lot of history with
I'm having
Austin. Yeah.
yeah, I'm having a good time, and I'm looking forward to us. I think this was personally, I think this is a successful collaboration in 25, and we may increment in
Yeah.
2026. I think we might, keep our purpose. I'm impressed at the volume of work coming out, and I think it's technically sound, and it's also leaning into the future a little bit, with co-packaged objects or XCPO. And
Yes.
so,
Exactly.
yeah, I think the old band is going to stay together, and in 2026 will probably be deemed by summer with something, adding something else or addending it, right? I mean, maybe just
Right.
addendums.
Right. I
Rewriting
mean,
rewriting it's very painful.
yes. I think there's always going to be continuous innovation and discovery and improvement. Right? There's going to
Yeah.
be revisions and updates, but probably not rewrite from a scratch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, why would you rewrite? Because the person who shows up for the B rev and missed the A rev is missing huge meat in the document, right? And so the A rev and B revs almost have to be just built up into a compendium and a C. And I like that. I like that too. I think that we're gathering a giant database that AI is going to steal from us. Steal from your team or my team.
How many years have you been at AMD?
16 and a half.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah, and
that's a
I did
while.
16 years at Dell. Spent a lot of time in Taiwan. Lots of friends in Taiwan
Oh,
because I
good.
helped bring up. I was a systems designer, and I was into stack ups and low EMI design. And they shipped me around the world. I was young enough, and they shipped me around the world so many times, dude. I was so much in the hotels, but I got
Uh-huh.
friends in Taipei, friends in Seoul, friends
Right.
in Nagasaki. You know, it's
Oh,
just
fantastic.
it's fun, and those days are over. I'll tell you what, at my age, dude, you put me on a plane like that around the world, and I will probably fall a frickin' apart. I'm getting too old. So, I had my time, and it was in the period where the Taiwanese were learning how to build quiet desktops and notebooks, and I was leading that charge for decades. Yeah, for Dell.
I see, I see.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
kind of
so
fun. And where did you do, and how did you end up in New York? I'm interested. And just hi, Jensen. It looks like the meeting wasn't officially set. I checked with the guys, so you don't have to hang if you don't want to. Peter and I are just kind of catching up on
Okay,
the
cool.
meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
saw I was a little late. I was in the middle of a project and saw the meeting.
Oh
I went,
man.
oh
Yeah,
no.
hey, you're not as late as the hosts.
Well, there we go. So I'm early then.
That's correct. You were fashionably perfect. Okay. Yeah,
All
so
right.
it's just me and Peter Lou are catching up a little bit and talking about, the release tempo of the paper and stuff, and just getting to know each other a little bit.
All right. Well, cool. I guess I'll make it to the next one then. You
Yeah, I
guys
look forward to
enjoy.
hearing from you, man. Take care,
Yeah,
Jensen.
good talking to you too.
Happy New
yeah,
Year.
good talking to you,
Happy
Jensen.
New Year, Merry
Yeah,
Christmas, and
happy New Year.
have a great year
See
moving
you.
forward.
Happy
Yep.
2026. Yes.
So Peter,
Yeah.
Peter, Peter. So how did you end up in New York?
Actually, long story short, my wife was working for IBM San Jose, They relocated
Ah,
her to, yeah, she was accepted into a managerial rotation program, and first assignment was Poughkeepsie with the Hudson Valley area, and decided to stay, and that
yes,
was,
I know
yeah.
all about, that's how you get into New York State, but that doesn't get you to New York City. How did you get to New York City?
Oh, after 2 years of the Hudson Valley, it was like, oh, we need some excitement because we moved from San Jose to Poughkeepsie, so it was a bit of a cultural shock initially. Yeah, so
Oh,
after three
in
years
other
of
words,
upstate, yeah.
were they trying to pump some young life into the old fogies at the old site? Is that what they're trying to do?
No, I think it was meant to be like a 6 month project, and then three
Uh-huh.
more, IBM ecosystem locations. So, but we decided. So she worked the rest of her project and assignments remotely, all from Poughkeepsie site, and we just stayed. And we bought a house, we settled down.
Man.
Compared to San Jose, where we couldn't afford anything, back then the Poughkeepsie area was still, Hudson Valley was still affordable. Yeah. So again, 3 years in, we like, okay, we really miss the diversity and the convenience of living in a city with proper,
Yeah.
besides pizzerias and
But you
Italian restaurants and burger places.
did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did you have to be exposed to lab, or are you all kind of like simulation style engineering? I mean, do you have to touch hardware? Like I have to stay within so many miles of my lab, because I have to touch stuff.
Right, you do. I don't. All the for
Oh,
America
wow.
are R&D and labs and all that. That's all in Hsinchu, in Hsinchu, Taiwan.
Okay, okay, got you.
Yeah. So
Oh,
U.S.
so
is purely sales
you're
and
an American,
marketing,
side technology. Are you customer facing or are you technology facing?
uh, customer facing mostly. Yeah,
Okay, got it. But
yeah.
cutting edge tech, but technical side of customer face, right? Not sales.
Uh, Everything included, because I was the
Okay,
I
cool.
was there. Yeah, yeah. I joined them as VP of sales and marketing, and then
Wow.
the promoted to general manager. But in December of last year, I left America after 9 plus years. It was time to try something different. So
Right,
I
right.
do want to, yeah, I do want to stay in the high tech, in the AI industry, whether it's in the connector sector, server sector, storage, or switch. I'm comfortable and eager to learn and continue this journey of changing and improving the industry and the technology. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, Full America is very interesting. And it looks like you have to understand lots of aspects of systems design. Is that correct? You're like really wide as far as technical. You're not very focused in one way, or is there one product line that you're really focused on at Full America?
Well, America is mainly focused on connectivity,
Okay.
whether it's optical, primarily started out as optical, and in 25 added some copper connectivity solution as well. Because if it's
Oh,
a customer, they're connecting the switches and servers either copper if they can reach, or optical,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So
And so,
and
so,
they
so are you okay? So now it all makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I was studying your stuff, and by the way, the holiday kind of got in the way of me thinking like this, but now I understand why you were interested in the chip on wafer
yeah.
BGA direct attached to substrate methods that are being discussed by certain companies to get to the next 4 wave and then 16 wave. And it's already been publicly announced, although we're not scared, we're not neck and neck with them, but
Mhm.
NVIDIA has already announced its four multi-wave fiber wavelength. I guess it's two TX, two RX, right? Two up, two down wavelengths. So now we're going to, but that's only 4 waves, and 16 wave will be a larger band, obviously chewing up inside the fiber, and other
Right.
types of stuff. So just now know that I'm close to substrate design now. That's all forms of that's client, the high runners, some low noise specialized chips. Sometimes I look at FPGAs, sometimes I look at automotive stuff. But because the servers are so valuable to us and they are our future money wise, obviously my management is nudging me closer and closer into the server side of the substrates. So
Right.
it's high speed giant server substrates of the future, including how do these things in a EMI sense work? How about the power impulses and the signal impulses running up through the various technologies? Are we coming off the board first? Are we going to attach to the board? There's many, many engineers looking at this at AMD, a very big company. But from the EMI, EMC standpoint, that's why I'm so involved in this kind of stuff. And because I'm old, they're trying to push me into that kind of stuff. So, long story short is that you and I may have more things to discuss in the future.
Oh,
There
yes.
may be, and there may be other people at AMD, including ZT Microsystems, that we purchased right in New Jersey.
Mm.
And that was only a $4.9 billion purchase. Okay, so it's just going
Yes.
to the store, pick up some milk, and
Right. Right.
and then we sold off. We didn't want the manufacturing stack, dude. That's total. That's shit. GM, right? GM returns.
Right.
So we
Right.
always planned on buying them and selling them off to someone who wanted to be a configuration manager. We stole all the
Yes.
engineers. We stole 1,100 engineers out of ZT. That's
Wow.
in
Wow.
freaking, and that's stack guys, right? These are the guys
Right.
you talk.
Right.
These are the guys you talk to, and
Right.
and so I'm just getting close to them. We just announced our Helios rack. I'm getting,
Yes.
technically I'm circling that field. I am flying above the field. I'm looking at it. I'm about to figure out where I'm relevant out of many, many engineers. And I'm going to go push in my direction. It probably will include fluid submersion. And I will be hopefully one of the first experts that either experiments or provides data
Mm.
for submersion of server substrates that are running, possibly power structures on board and co-packaged optics at the same time. And so all that stuff, I'm trying to use fluids to be measurement right environment for me to be able to operate my machines outside of
Right.
air. So that's
Yeah.
a little bit proprietary. We're on a recording here. It's fine. People kind of know I'm up to measuring EMI
Yeah.
with fluids instead of worried about SI or that's someone else's job and what, your job. Right. But
Right.
just to let you know, I am interested in the whole structure, how it's going to work,
Mhm.
the impulse currents, the electrical engineering side of it, the electromagnetic side of it. Are we going to
Mm.
see anything in the EMI bands? Is this stuff just way out? Once we switch to optics, are we just, not looking at EMI from the cables anymore? Right. Are we looking at EMI just from the driver heads? Kind of like old fashioned 10 base T, 10 gig, and 20 gig and 40 gig laser modules, right? In the old days, I guess they called them SM something or others, but see, their bodies would radiate. So we would, where they were attached to the board, that was an EMI issue, possibly,
Mhm.
both from power impulses and signal impulses, possibly. You can
Right.
screw them up, right? So there's the right way and the wrong way to attach these things. And of course, I haven't seen any of this technology, this company from Enosemi, which is public news, that we have purchased. And Enosemi is targeting down the line a good bit, right? So we're going to be really interested in 16 wave
Mm.
and beyond, multi-wave.
Right.
So that
Right.
anyway, just keep me in mind as one of the EMI
Okay.
guys who's kind of dancing
Thank
around.
you.
And man, I appreciate you sharing the cool. Man, I missed the Hudson Valley. I was there as a kid a long time ago. It's
Oh,
really beautiful.
really? Oh,
Beautiful.
wow.
It's a
Okay.
beautiful area. I
Okay.
kind of miss the north. In Texas, it gets pretty beastly down here,
Well, the
in the summer.
Austin is one of the nicer places in Texas.
It is great. It is great. I'll tell you, it's been in the 70s all week. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to complain? Also, washing my car in my t-shirt.
Oh man,
That's sick.
making
Isn't
me
that sick?
jealous.
I know I had to rub it in there because I missed the snow, so I had to get you back. Anyway, well,
Welcome to Virgin
it's
New
good
York
chatting
City.
with you, man. Hey,
Okay, very nice to talk to
I
you,
hope to
Scott.
chat with you much more in the future in 2026, sir.
Likewise. Okay, see you in the next call.
Bye bye.
Okay, but did Terry mention when is the next call?
Well, he said it's not scheduled, but that isn't really an answer now, is it? I don't know if he's going to try for scheduling it this month or
Oh,
not.
okay.
Or
Okay.
maybe he's just going to wait till February. Remember, he told us that this was going to be in some sort of a review loop, so we had nothing to talk about as far as the paper, white paper. But I don't, I don't know.
Got it.
All right.
All right. Thank you so
Take
much,
care,
Todd.
buddy.
Have a good day.
You have a
Okay, you
great day.
too.
Bye bye.
You too. Thanks. Bye bye.